So you can do screenshots of all of these, and when you put them on here, here's essentially what it will look like. It's just kind of one image after another. You can add some text and kind of giving some details about each one. One thing I would recommend, and I'll scroll to the very bottom, is if you use a photo grid, you can add all of them and it'll change up the size of it, and it makes it a little bit more compact and more visually appealing to do it this way. That way I can see all of them kind of in one fell swoop. Does that make sense? So I would, for me personally, I would prefer a photo grid, but if you want to show the full resolution of all of them, that's okay too. Now, you can upload video to Behance, and when it uploads, it'll take a little while to convert and get it ready to be shown, and it'll give you a play button and you can play it. Or you can upload an animated GIF, and it's going to be treated like a video anyway. I like this way because it automatically plays. You don't have to click a play button. Plus, this also looks good on mobile and smaller tablet devices as well, because it'll scale in and it'll load up very, very quickly. So let me show you how you can save your stuff as a screen recorded video, and then how to change that over to an animated GIF. So first off, I've saved my document as an interactive EPUB, and I've opened it up in Books on an Apple. Now, if you're on a Windows computer, I don't know what it'll open up as, or if you can do a video recording, but I know on your Apple computer, you can open this up in Books. Before, to do a screenshot, you could do Shift-Command-4, but to do a video recording, do Shift-Command-5. Shift-Command-5 will give you some options down here at the bottom, and this is where you can record a certain section or a portion of your screen. In this case, I'm just going to set my viewing area right to the size of my little document that I've created. So far, so good? Mm-hmm. Now, when I hit record, it's immediately going to start recording everything that I do on the screen. Before I do this, I'll recommend try to keep your recordings under 20 seconds. Usually between 5 and 15 seconds tends to be good enough to turn it into a GIF. If it starts getting too long, then the file sizes are way too big. Not that you can't do it, but I try to keep it relatively short. The other thing I'll show you before I jump in is to stop recording. The button's going to be at the very, very top of your screen up here next to all the little icons next to your time and date. So when I stop it, I'm going to be going up here to do that. So I'll do record, and I would just record yourself going through and clicking on a variety of links, maybe on one section. You don't have to go quickly, just give it enough time that it needs. And then I'm going to go up here and hit stop. So far, so good? So it did the recording. It'll take it a little bit of time, but once this little icon disappears, it'll save to my desktop. Give it a second, give it a second. And then, yeah, it'll look something like this. So here's my screen recording that was saved. Here's the other one that I did earlier. Now, there it is. I can preview it and click on it. Now, this file format is not a GIF. It's a MOV file, movie file, a QuickTime movie file. You can upload this movie file to Behance, and it'll play as a regular video file. To make it as a GIF, here's what I do. There's a great website called easygif.com. It's free. It allows you to quickly and easily convert videos to GIF format. I use this in my other classes if I ever need to save a video as a GIF or to use it in a PowerPoint presentation. So easygif.com, you can choose your file. In my case, I'll choose that screen recording that I did. And we'll say open, and I'll upload it. And you can see it takes a lot of different video formats. So that's one thing that makes it work really well. From here, it's going to ask you, you want to crop it off, start time, end time, this kind of thing. One thing to pay attention to is your frame rate. Now, if you've been in my animation class, you know about frame rate. The more frames you have, the smoother it will look. The downside is it's usually larger, and it's usually constrained to a certain amount of seconds. I'm going to set it to 20 since I can get away with my whole thing is about 12 seconds long. Everything else, I'll just say convert to video. You can play around with the compression methods and other things too. Give it a second to cat to dance around. And so here's my animated GIF that I can work from. The other great thing about this website is if you need to crop it or do any kind of editing, you can do it from here. All I want to do is just hit save, and this will download my GIF as a little GIF right here. Now, we'll rename it easygif.com video, whatever. I like to go in and just rename it to make sure everything stays nice and consistent. So I'm going to open it up from here, and it should be at the top. There it is. And so this would be something like my fire stats. Oops. Ah. Oh, come on. Rename it fire stats. GIF. This GIF is now what I can upload to Behance and apply that to here. And that's how I was able to get that as well. Pretty cool. Okay, does that answer your question, Chris? Awesome. Okay, so you can do GIFs, you can do videos. I recommend using your computer that's in front of you to do it. Of course, once you're done, you can save it up as a regular project. Do make sure it's got a little project cover. You can call this your fire safety report when you upload it to your Behance account. All right, that's all that I have for that one.